This week we're looking at this amazing word, grace. God's supernatural ability for you to be an overcomer in every circumstance or every situation. God's grace for you to effectively minister in whatever of calling that He has placed you in, whatever area of life you face yourself in, the workplace, in the home, in the church. He gives grace for you to excel in your area of responsibility. I have to prepare so many sermons every year, and I've done so for well over 30 years. At the end of each year, I thank God for every message He gave me. But then I think, oh no, another year. And I can feel inadequate. And then I remember that it's not me on my own, but it's the grace of God. And it is very, very real. Always look to God for His supernatural ability in every area of your life. Ask God for His grace. I wonder how often you do that. How often do you ask for His grace when you're struggling, when you're finding something difficult? As a mum, as a dad, as a parent, as a student, as a worker in church, how often are you asking? How often am I asking for grace? The concert pianist was very, very good, Paderewski. His mother, a mother, wanted to encourage her child. So she got tickets and was seated near the front. She got chatting with some and her boy wandered onto the stage. There was a Steinway piano on the stage. 8 p.m. the spotlights were on and suddenly she realizes her boy is on the stool at the Steinway piano playing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. The mother gasps, but before she could grab him, Paderewski comes on stage, moves to the piano, and whispers to the boy, "Don't stop playing, don't quit." He leans over and reaches down his left hand and begins to play the bass parts. His other hand, he reaches out, encircling the kid, and begins to play one of his pieces. Together they played the master and the novice. The crowd was mesmerized. That's our lives. Unpolished, inadequate, but the Master surrounds us with Himself, with His grace, and He whispers in our ears time and again, "Don't quit. Keep going. I'm with you. You'll get through. Together, you will, with me, you will succeed." Amazing, isn't it? That's the grace of God. There's grace to overcome sin and weakness, to transform us. This is great. The grace of God can radically transform the most sinful and ungodly person. Romans 5 verse 20, where sin increased, grace increased all the more. Wow, I love it. We can look at our background or at others and see weaknesses and think there's no way I can live a victorious Christian life, be a holy, God-loving, Christian with overcoming my addictions and living a pure life. Some of us think, man, I could just never do that. To say such is contrary to the Bible, which says where sin, abuse, dysfunction, addictions abounded, God's grace abounds more. If that was not true, it would be unjust of God to ask us to live godly lives because we'd think it's impossible. So God's grace is available for us to overcome every sin and every weakness. And then there's grace to finish our race. 2 Timothy 4 verse 7. I've fought the good fight. I've finished the race. I've kept the faith. How can you go all the way to the end, walk in victory, cross that finish line triumphantly? It's not going to be because of your supreme self-effort and hard work, although you need to put that in there. It's because of the grace of Almighty God working in you and through you.